Hey everyone, welcome back. I hope you all are good and we are creating this retail billing system using Python step by step from scratch. In the previous part, we have designed this GUI, and in this part, we will work on the functionality of these buttons. Right now, nothing is happening because we have not added any functionality to it. So in this original project, let me show you how this total button works. So we have to mention the quantity of the products that you want to purchase. Suppose face wash 4 quantity, wheat 2 quantity, fruity 1 quantity. And then when you will click on this total button, you are getting the total cosmetic price here, total grocery price here, total cold drink price here, and then corresponding taxes. So what is happening? The cost of face wash is getting multiplied by 4. So you are getting this value here. And if some other product was also included, the total price of that product would have been added in the price of the face wash. And the total would have been displayed here, right? So this calculation is happening at the backend inside this total function. So coming back to the code, what I'm going to do, I'm going to provide a command to the total button. So whenever you will click on this total button, a function will be called. Okay. So command equals to total. This total is nothing but a function name. Okay. And let's define this function at the top. So here I'll add a comment that this is a functionality part and this was the GUI part. So here I'll define that total function, and firstly inside this function I'll simply print hello. Let me show you what will happen. So when I'll click this total button, hello will be printed on the console as you can see here. So whenever you will press the total button, this total function code will be executed. Okay, but we don't have to print anything. What we have to do, we have to fetch the value that the user will type here, so that we can multiply this value with the cost of bath soap and display that value inside this cosmetic price section. Okay, suppose bath soap cost is 10 rupees, so it will be multiplied by 5, so the total value will be 50, and that 50 will be displayed here. Okay, like this. And suppose if you are adding one more product, hair gel, 2 quantities, so the cost of hair gel will be multiplied by 2, and the total hair gel cost and bath soap cost will be displayed here, suppose 500. So let's see how we can get this value in our code, and later we will see how we can display the value inside the entry field. So as you know, that bath soap entry has this name, right? Bath soap entry. This is a object variable. As you know, entry is a class and it has some methods. Okay, so it has one get method to get the value from the entry field. It has insert method to insert some value inside the entry field. Okay, so we can use insert and get method with the help of this object variable. Okay, so we can copy this object variable, and here we'll write, we'll paste that and we'll use get method. Okay, so this will get the value that will be written on the entry field, and we can store that in some variable like soap value. Okay, and then we can print this just to show you. So if I write 10 here and click on total button, you can see 10 is getting printed, right? So this is the way to get the value from the entry field. So this value that you are getting from the entry field, we have to multiply it with the single price of the soap, right? That we can set by ourselves. Suppose if I'm setting the cost of one soap as 20, so if there will be 10 quantity, so 10 will be multiplied by 20, so it will be 200. Okay, that we can store in some variable like soap price. Okay, and we also have to do one more thing. This bath soap entry dot get method will return the value in the form of a string. So this 10 is a string and not integer, so we have to convert it into integer so that the calculation can be performed. Okay, like this. So this value will become an integer, and then when you will multiply it with 20, you will get 200 in this case. Okay, so let me just print this soap price this time. So if I am mentioning 10 again and clicking on this total button, you can see 200 is getting printed. Okay, so 10 is getting multiplied by 20 and the result is 200 that is getting stored inside this variable, and then we are printing it simply. Okay, so just like we have calculated soap price, in the same way we have to do it for all other entry fields. So after bath soap entry, next is face cream entry, right? So we can take this variable and use get method to get the value that the user will write on this entry field. Then we'll convert it into integer. Okay, and then we'll multiply it with cost of 1 unit. So face cream cost price can be 50 rupees, and the value that you will get from here we can store in some variable like face cream price. Okay, in the same way we'll do it for face wash, hair spray, hair gel and body lotion. And now after this we will add all these values and will display inside cosmetic price entry field. Okay, so we'll write total cosmetic price equals to soap price plus face cream price, face wash price, then hair spray, hair gel, and then body lotion price. Okay, so now the total price of all the products will go inside this total cosmetic price, and this value we have to set on this entry field. Okay, Suppose the value will be 100, so 100 will be displayed here along with this symbol RS for rupees. So in order to set the value on the entry field, we will use the entry field name dot insert method. So the entry field name was cosmetic price entry. So we'll use this variable and insert method. So here we'll write that variable dot insert method, and to this insert method we have to pass where you want to insert the value. So we'll insert at the starting position only, and the value is inside this total cosmetic price variable, right? So we'll pass this variable here. So now if I run it and show you, suppose if I enter 10 here, 3 here, 2 here, 1 here, and if I click on this total button, let's see why the value is not displayed on this entry field. We are getting error here, value error, invalid literal for int with base 10. Okay, why we are getting this error? Because the other entry fields were empty, right? So we are getting empty value here. Okay, we are getting null. So null cannot be multiplied by 50, right? So that's why we were getting that error. So how to avoid that error? We can avoid that error by setting 0 in all of the entry fields initially, just like you have seen in the original project. So how can we do that? We can go to the entry fields, and here we can insert 0 inside it. So the way is we have to use the object variable name dot insert method, and at the starting index we want to insert 0 initially. So if you'll run this code, you will see 0 there. Okay, in the same way we have to do to each entry field the same thing. Okay, so we can copy this line from here. We'll go to this face cream entry, and here we'll paste that and we'll change the name. So this one is face cream entry. Then face wash entry. After that, hair spray entry. Then hair gel entry. Next, body lotion entry. In the same way, we'll do it for grocery products entry field. And then we will do it for drinks products entry field. and that's it. If you run now, you will see 0 is inserted in all the entry fields. Okay, and I hope you have understood the reason why we are doing that. If we are not doing that, then if the entry field will be empty, then we will get null string. Okay, and null string cannot be converted to integer, and then it cannot be multiplied with a number. Okay, so now 0 will be there. So 0 multiplied by any number will always be 0, so it won't have any effect on the calculation. So now if I run it, and if I choose 3 face cream, 2 hairspray, 1 body lotion, and click on this total button, you can see the total is inserted inside this cosmetic price entry field. Okay, I also want to add RS at the end. So for that, to this total cosmetic price, we can concatenate RS. Okay, like this. We are getting error again, I think. Yeah, it says unsupported operand types for int and str. Okay, this is int, okay, and this is str. So we are trying to concatenate string with str. So we can use f string here, or we can convert this value into str. Okay, both ways it will work fine. So either you can convert it into str, see this is working, or you can use f string. So f, and then you have to keep everything in quotes, and the variable has to be inside curly braces like this, and no need to use plus operator here. So this is a formatted string. Okay, now if I run it, see it works in the same way. So I hope this is clear. In the same way, we'll do it for grocery and cold drinks products. So here you can provide a comment So we'll use this object variable dot get method, and we'll convert the value into integer, and then we'll multiply it with 1 unit of rice price, which I am taking as 200, and we'll store in some variable rice price. Okay, in the same way you can do for other products. And now we can add all these prices to get the total grocery price. Like this, and then we need to insert this value on the grocery price entry field. So we'll use that grocery price entry dot insert method, and at the starting position we will simply insert this total grocery price. Okay, and we also want to insert this rs, so again we'll have to use fstring, or we'll have to convert this value to str, and then we can concatenate rs. So if you mention 2 quantity of dal, 1 quantity of sugar, and 2 quantity of tea, and click on total, you will be getting grocery price here. And now let's calculate cold drink price, because right now nothing will happen if we enter any quantity. And one more thing is happening here, that if I'm clicking on the total button again, the same value is getting inserted inside it again and again, right? You can see that 0 rs 0 rs 0 rs is getting inserted inside it, right? So what I want, that when I click on this total button again, the previous value should be deleted and the updated value should be inserted, right? So before inserting the price, I will delete if there is anything on the entry field. Okay, so I'll write here cosmetic price entry dot delete method, and from the start till end I will delete everything if there is already present anything, and then I will insert the price. Okay, let me show you. So if I mention 3 quantity, so total is 450 rupees, right? Now if I click on total again, so you can see this is not repeated because the previous value got deleted and this 450 rupees got inserted here. Okay, as this is the same value, so you were not able to see it, right? But here, since we have not inserted done that thing, so we are still getting repeated values here, right? So I want, if there is anything already there, that should be deleted and then the insertion should be done. Okay, so I'll write here grocery price entry dot delete, and from start till end I will delete everything. Okay, see, now we are not seeing the repeated text. Let's do it for cold drink price. Once you are done with this, now you can calculate the total cold drink price, and then you can firstly delete if there is anything on drinks price entry, and then we can insert drinks price entry dot insert method, and at the starting position I want to insert the total drinks price value. I will convert it into str, and then we'll concatenate RS. And now we will calculate the taxes and will display in these entry fields. So I'll keep 8% tax on cold drink price, 5% tax on grocery price, and 12% tax on cosmetics price. Let me show you how this will be done. So here we'll calculate cosmetic tax, and that will be calculated using the total cosmetic price, and we'll multiply it with 0.12. So this is nothing but the 12% tax, okay, and that will be stored inside this variable, and then we need to insert this variable value in cosmetic tax entry field that we created, right? Dot insert method, and at the starting index we'll insert this cosmetic tax, and again we will delete if there is anything already present there. So we'll write cosmetic tax entry dot delete from start till end, and then the insertion will take place. And to this value also we can add rs at the end. For that you can convert it into str and then add rs. The same thing we'll do it to calculate grocery tax. So we'll copy these three lines, we'll go here and we'll paste. We'll change the variable names, and grocery tax can be 5%, okay, and then we'll firstly delete and then we'll insert. And we have to insert grocery tax here, and then we will paste the same lines here in order to calculate drinks tax. So it will be 8% of total drinks price. I think I forgot to change the variable name here, so this will be total drinks price, okay. Let me check here, I think I forgot. So this will be total grocery price. Change these entry field names to drinks tax entry, and this variable will be changed to drinks tax. That's it, and now you will be able to see taxes in these entry fields, okay. If I click on total, you can see the prices and their taxes. So we are done with the total button functionality, and now we have to work on the bill button functionality. So if you see this original project, let me show you how this works. So if I click this button right now, it says that customer details are required. So without filling the customer details, you cannot generate the bill. So I'll add one name here and some random phone number. And now if I click on this bill button, it says that no product purchased. So firstly we'll have to purchase any one product at least, and once I click on this total button, this is the total of the products, right? And now we can generate the bill. So here you can see the bill number, customer name, and the phone number. This is the same customer name that you have written here and the same phone number that you have written here. Then we are seeing the products, bath soap, wheat, and fruity. These are the same products that you have selected. Their quantity is mentioned and their prices are mentioned. Then the taxes are mentioned, and after that the total bill is mentioned. Total bill is nothing but the sum of all the products and the taxes. With this bill, you are also getting this message box that do you want to save the bill or not. If you'll click on no, this bill won't be saved. If you'll click on yes, this bill will be saved inside a folder named bill. So you can see that this bill is saved successfully. So I will go to the bill button and will provide command to it. So here I'll mention command equals to bill area. Okay, and now let's define this at the top only. We can define it after this total or before it doesn't matter. Okay, so def function name. So inside this function, firstly I'll apply few validations. So if customer name or customer phone number is not entered, so we cannot generate the bill, right? So we'll display a message box that customer details are required. So for that, we'll apply a condition here. If, let me check what was the variable name. So the variable name was name entry. Okay, so we'll check if it is empty or not. So if name entry dot get equals to null, it means it's empty. Okay, or phone entry dot get equals to null. If any one or both the entry fields are empty, then this condition will become true, and in that case I will display one message box. So in order to display a message box, we have to import it from Tkinter. So we'll write from Tkinter import message box like this, and now we can use this message box dot show error method, and to this method we have to pass two things. First will be the title, so the title will be error, and then the message. So now if I run it and I'm not entering any name and phone number and directly clicking on this bill button, you can see I'm getting the message box that customer details are required, and here is the title. Okay, and once you will enter the name and the phone number, and this time you will not see that message box because this condition is not getting true. Okay, another thing that I'll check is if these entry fields are empty or not. So if these entry fields will be empty or will have 0 in all of the entry fields, okay, in that case I cannot generate the bill, right? It will be meaningless. So if any one of the entry fields will have the price, total price, then only the bill will be generated. So here I'll apply another condition, elif cosmetic price entry dot get, if this is equals to null, or grocery price entry dot get equals to null, or drinks price entry dot get equals to null. Okay, if they are null, it means you have not generated the total, right? So in that case, I'll display again the error message box. So I'll copy it from here and we'll paste here, and this time I'll change the message to no products are selected. So now if I run it, if I click directly on this bill button, firstly you will see this message. If you will write the name and the number, and if these are empty, as you can see right now they are empty, so you'll see the second message box, no products are selected. Okay, and I'll apply one more condition. If I click on this total button, you can see 0 everywhere, right? So if this is the case, then also I want to display the error message that no products are selected. Okay, but right now that message box is not getting displayed. So we'll apply another condition, that elif cosmetic price entry dot get equals to 0 rs. Okay, and sorry, instead of or, here it will be and. So if all of the entry fields will be empty, then only this message will be displayed. Okay, and similarly here also, and grocery price dot get, if this is equals to 0 rupees, and drinks in price entry dot get equals to 0 rupees. In that case also I will be displaying the same message box, that you have not selected any products, right? So let me run it again. So if all these entry fields are empty, in that case, firstly you will be getting the error message for this one. So if I write something random here, now you are getting error message for these entry fields as they are empty. But if you click on total, so these are 0, still you will see the same message box as you have not selected the products, right? But if I select the products, and now if I click on total button, as these entry fields have some values now, so this time you won't be getting that error message. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. So when you are selecting some products, then none of the conditions are true. So we'll simply go to the else part, and in the else part we have to insert few lines in the text area, in the bill area. Okay, if you see this bill area here, welcome customer is inserted firstly, then this bill number text and the randomly generated bill number is inserted, then the customer name is inserted, then the phone number, and then the rest of the things. So firstly let's insert these things. So our text area name was text area only, as I remember. Let me just check once. Yeah, it was text area. Okay, so we'll use this name in order to insert something inside it, and we'll use the insert method, and we want to insert at the end of this text area welcome. Okay, and I'll format it welcome customer like this. Okay, since nothing is inserted inside this text area right now, okay, so the end will be the starting position only. Okay, if I run it, and I'll have to enter the details and some product, then only I will be able to see this thing, then only we will be able to go to the else part. Okay, so since I'll have to show you each step again and again, right, so for now I'll simply disable the conditions that I have applied, so that I don't have to enter everything again and again. Okay, but later on I'll simply uncomment these. So for now I'll remove the else thing here, and I'll remove the indentation. So now if I'll click on the bill button, you will see welcome customer text inserted inside this text area. Okay, let's keep it, let's move it in the center. So we can use \D for tab spaces, right? uh, I'll add one more. Yeah, this is fine. And then after this we have to insert this bill number text and the bill number. So we'll write here text area dot insert, and at the end, so now what will be the end? The end will be after this welcome customer, this thing will be inserted. Okay, and we have to insert this text bill number and the randomly generated bill number value. Okay, so I'll make it a f string and I'll pass a variable here which will be bill number. Okay, and we have to generate this bill number. So how can we generate a random bill number? For that we can import one module which is random. So I'll write import random. Okay, and here only at the top outside this function I'll take this variable bill number, and we'll use this module random dot rand int, and to this method we have to pass the range. So I want the bill number to start should be between 500 to 1000. Okay, so a random value will be inserted inside this bill number, and that will be inserted inside this text area. Let me show you. So once I clicked on this bill, you can see a random number between 500 to 1000 is inserted here. Okay, but I want this bill number to be on a new line. Okay, so I'll simply add a new line character here, or you can add at the start also. It's up to you. Like this. Okay, I'll add one more new line character, and this time here I can add. like this. After that, we have to insert customer name and phone number. So I'll copy the same line. We'll insert customer name, text, and then the value that will be there inside customer entry field, right? Customer name entry field. So the entry field name was name entry. So name entry dot get. So we'll get the name, customer name from name entry like this. Okay. After that, we'll get the phone number, customer phone number, so we'll get the customer phone number from phone entry. So write phone entry dot get. Now if I run it, if I enter my name here and a phone number, if I click on bill, you can see we are getting bill number, customer name, customer phone number. Okay, I hope this is clear. If you want, you can add a new line character. Okay, if you'll add a new line character, you will see customer name here and then customer phone number here. Okay, so it will be a cleaner look. So you can add the new line character at the end. Like this. And after that, we have to insert this division line and then products, quantity, and price text, and then again the same division line. Okay. So I'll write text area dot insert, and at the end, see everything is getting inserted at the end, right? After bill number, we are inserting customer name and then phone number, and now the separating line, right? So I'll add a new line character so that the separator starts on a new line, and the separator is nothing but the equal to symbol. So you can check how many will fit there. So if I click on this bill, let me just remove few of them. Yeah, this is fine. After that, we have to insert product, quantity, and price text. Product, and then after some spaces, so I'll use tab space, quantity, and then after tab space, price. I'll provide more tab spaces. So here, like this. Yeah, now this is fine. And let's add the below separator. And then we have to insert the products that you will be selecting. For example, we have selected dal here, So dal is getting displayed here only, okay, and the quantity that you have selected and the total price, okay. Similarly, Sprite, its quantity and the total price. Then whatever is the grocery tax, cold drink tax that is mentioned, and then the total bill, which is the addition of all. So we have to insert only those products that the user will select. So the entry fields which are 0, those entry fields are not included in this bill area, right? So here I will check that if bath soap entry dot get is not equals to 0. If bath soap entry value is not equals to 0, then only I will insert inside text area its value. So I'll write text area dot insert, and at the end I'll be inserting the value of bath soap entry. So bath soap entry dot get. But you don't have to mention just the quantity. You also have to mention the product name, right? So the product name is bath soap, and after few tab spaces I will be mentioning quantity. So here I'll add f string, since this is a variable, so I'll keep it in curly braces like this, okay. And then after some tab spaces I'll have to insert the price. So the price of bath soap is calculated inside this total function, right? This is the soap price. So we need to use this value inside this function bill area, okay, here. So how can we use this variable value inside some other function? For that we'll have to make this variable as global. So we'll write global soap price. So once we make this variable as global, now this variable value can be used inside this function. So here inside curly braces I'll mention soap price. So I hope you understood what things I have inserted. Firstly, the product name, which is bath soap, then the quantity will get from bath soap entry, and then the price of bath soap, okay, that is stored inside this soap price variable. So now if I run it, if I mention 3 soap quantity and click on total, so we are getting the total here. And if I am clicking on this bill, you can see that the product name is added here, the quantity is added, and then the price is added. And if you want to add RS at the end, that's up to you. So let's add that too. So here it will be so price and then RS text, okay. So if I am not adding any quantity and directly try to click on this bill button, still we are getting the product name. Why is that? We should not get the product name this time, right? Because we have not added any other quantity. We are getting that because this has to be equals to the string 0 and not 0. As I already told you that bath soap entry dot get method will give you the value in the form of a string, okay. So now if I run it, if I am not adding any bath soap quantity and click on this bill, now you can't see that, right? So in the same way we will do it for other products. So we can copy it from here and paste here. So this one will become hair spray or hair gel. Okay, here the product name will be changed to hair spray. We will get the quantity from hair spray entry dot get method, and then the price we'll get from hairspray price, right? So we'll have to make this global as well. Okay, so we'll pass this here. After that, we'll have hair gel is entry dot get. Okay, and then here the name of the product will be changed to hair gel, and we'll get the quantity from hair gel entry, and then we have to mention this variable which will hold the price of hair gel. See, it's showing error here because this variable is not defined, right? So this variable is a part of this function total. So we have to make this variable global here in order to use this variable in some other function. So this way you have to do it for all other products. So cosmetic products are done. Let me show you firstly before moving forward. If I select two quantities of bath soap, one quantity of hairspray, and two quantity of body lotion, and rest of the items are zero only. So if I click on this bill, you can see only three are there, right? But what is happening, the hairspray name is starting after this, because backslash n is not added, new line character is not added, similarly here also, right? And something is wrong, it's showing something. Let's see what is the mistake. Okay, so the mistake here is that we have to use body lotion price variable, right? And the next issue was that we have not added new line characters here. Okay, so we'll mention new line characters. So you'll see these names in the new line. So now this is fine, right? So here you can see the quantity and here you can see the price. In the same way, we'll do it for grocery and cold drink section. So you can also provide a comment here if you want. Okay, so I'll simply copy this line and we'll paste here. This one will be rice entry. Here also it will be rice entry dot get, and the variable name will be rice price. Okay, we need to make it global. Let's change the name to rice. So just like I have made these variables global, right? These are cosmetic variables. In the same way, you have to do for grocery variables, right? These variables. So either you can continue adding here, or you can create in a new line global rice price, and after that you can add other variable names: dal price, oil price, sugar price, and so on. Okay, once you make these variable global, now you can use here inside this function. So this is how you have to add all the products. Okay, and don't forget to make these variables global here, the price variables. I hope this is clear. Let me just show you once. So as you can see, I have selected one product from cosmetics, so that name, quantity, and price is displayed. And similarly, from grocery, we have one product, oil, right? Two quantity and the price. And then from cold drink section, we have Sprite, two quantity and the price. And after that, we have to add this separator line then the taxes, okay, and then the total bill. So after this I'll add separator line, and let me just copy it from here. Okay, and instead of equals to, this will be this sign. Okay, now this is fine, right? And after that we have to insert the taxes, right? So if I am clicking on total, right now you can see it's 0.0 rs, right? So when it will be 0.0 rupees, in that case I will not insert the cosmetic tax in the bill area, right? I will only insert when it will have some proper value. So I'll again check a condition that if cosmetic tax entry dot get equals to 0.0 rs, okay, sorry, not equals to. If this will not be equal to 0.0 rs, then only I'll insert it. So I'll write text area dot insert method, and at the end I'll be inserting it. So firstly I'll insert a new line, okay, and then the cosmetic tax string, and after that the value. So I'm gonna use f string here. So cosmetic tax value will get from cosmetic tax entry dot get method, like this, and let's separate it with tab spaces. Let's do it for grocery tax and cold drink tax. So I'll copy it and we'll paste it twice, and then we'll do the changes in the name. So this will be grocery tax entry, and the name will be changed to grocery, and then this one will be drinks tax entry. Okay, and here the text will be drinks tax. Let me show you. So if I'm clicking on total button, we are getting 000, right? So if I generate the bill right now, you won't see cosmetic tax, grocery tax, and cold drink tax, okay? But if we add the product, okay, I'm not adding any cold drinks. So if I now click on total, so you can see these two have some other value, right? So if I click on bill, you can see that the previous text is still there, okay, the previous text, and this new text is inserted just at the end, right? And here we have bath soap and dal, and the cosmetic tax is there and the grocery tax is there, okay. I'll add more tab spaces here. So why this previous text is getting displayed? So I want to firstly delete the previous text, and then only the new text should be inserted, okay. So before inserting anything inside text area, I'll simply delete if there is anything already present on it. So I'll write text area dot delete, and from start, so start position is 1.0 until end I will delete everything. Okay, so in case of text area the start position is 1.0, and in case of entry field the starting position was 0. Okay, so from start till end I will delete everything from the text area, then only the insertion should take place. Okay, otherwise you will see the repeated thing whenever you will click on the bill area, bill button. Okay, so I hope this is clear to you. And once the taxes are added, after that, if you see the original one, we have to add the total bill. Okay, and let me add one more tab space, or maybe one more. Okay, and after this we have to insert total bill. Okay, so I'll write text area dot insert, and at the end I'll insert total bill, and then some tab spaces. Okay, I'll also add a new line at the start. Okay, and here I'll pass a variable which will hold total bill. Okay, so we have not yet calculated total bill, which will be the addition of these prices, cosmetic price, uh, this total grocery price, total cold drinks price, right, plus the taxes. So inside this total function I will be calculating that. So inside this total function I'll write total bill equals to total cosmetic price plus total grocery price plus total drinks price, right? And I will also add the taxes, so plus cosmetic tax plus grocery tax plus drinks tax. So this will be nothing but the total bill, right? I hope you are getting it. And now since I'm going to use this variable value inside bill area function, so I need to make it global. So I'll write global bill, uh, sorry, what was the name, bill, total bill. Okay, so now this is that same variable here. Let me run. So you can see here that we are getting cosmetic tax, grocery tax, drinks tax, right? And then the total bill, which is nothing but the sum of all. Okay. Uh, in case of total bill, I'll provide one more backslash n. Okay, and here there is some spacing, so I'll remove it. Yeah, now I think everything is fine. Okay, so after this total bill line, again I'll be inserting the separator. So our bill is ready now. After this, we have to do one more thing. As I'll click on this bill, okay, I should see a message box where it will ask whether you want to save this bill or not. Okay, so what I'm going to do after this, I'm going to call one function, save bill, and this function is not yet defined. Inside this function, I will write the code to save the bill. Okay, and I can define this function just above this bill area function. Okay, here. So I'll write def save bill. Inside this function, firstly, I'll display a message box asking, do you want to save the bill? Okay, and there will be two options, yes or no. So I'll use message box dot ask yes no method. Okay, and here firstly you will pass the title. So title will be confirm, and then the message will be, do you want to save the bill? Okay, so this method returns either true or false. If you'll click yes, it will return true, otherwise it will return false. So that result we can store in some variable result, and then we can check that if user has clicked yes or no. So if user has clicked yes, it means he wants to save the bill. Okay, so this condition will become true. Okay, and in that case I will save the bill. So how will I save the bill? I will firstly get the bill content inside this bill underscore content variable. Okay, so how can I get all the bill content that is there on the text area? So I'll write text area dot get, and from where to where you want to get, I want to get the complete content, right? So I'll start from the starting index, which is 1.0, and I'll go till the end. So I'll get everything from the text area and will store inside this bill content variable. So now this bill content will have everything, and now I will write this bill content into a file. So for that I will open, so I'll firstly open this bills folder. Okay, and inside it I will save the file with the name bill number, okay, that we have generated here. So I'll write bill number, and since it will be a txt file, so the format will be .txt. Okay, so inside this bills folder we are opening this file, okay, bill number.txt in write mode, and let's say this file name is file. Okay, then I will use this file dot write method, and to this file I will write this bill content. So to this write method I'll pass bill content. So firstly we are getting the content from the text area inside this bill content variable. Then we are opening this file which is inside bills folder. Okay, and the file name is bill number.txt, whatever will be the bill number. Okay, that and .txt will be the file. Okay, text file, and we'll open that file in the write mode, and we are calling that file as file, and then we are writing to that file the bill content. Okay, I hope I'm making sense to you, and after that I'll simply close the file once the content is written. Okay, and then I'll simply display a message box, and I'll show info. So info will be firstly the title, so the title will be success, and then the message will be uh, bill is saved successfully. Okay, so I'll mention the bill number here. So the message will be like bill number is saved successfully. And once the file is saved, after that I'll again reset the bill number. okay, so that two users cannot have the same bill number. And I'll have to make this bill number variable as global. So global bill number. Okay, so you will firstly see this message, do you want to save the bill? If you'll click yes, then this code will be executed. Okay, your bill will be saved inside the bills folder. Okay, but bills folder, if it is not created, like for example right now if you see the bills folder is not created, so you'll be getting an error that bills folder does not exist, right? Let me run and show you. Total bill. Okay, uh, I think I'm getting an error. No error is there. Okay, I forgot to pass parenthesis here to this function call, right? Now let's run again. Total bill, and you can see it is asking, do you want to save the bill? If I'm clicking yes, it will give you an error that no such file or directory bills, right? So bills folder is not yet created. Okay, so we are going to write a code here that if bills folder is already there, then no need to create it, but if it is not there, then please create it first and then do rest of the things. Okay, so outside the function, we'll use OS module to create a folder or a directory. Okay, so we can simply import it just like we imported random, we can import OS. And here we can check that if not os dot path dot exist, and here we'll pass bills. Okay, so if uh, bills folder does not exist, in that case this condition will become true, and we'll simply make the folder. So we'll write, we'll use os.makedir method, and here we'll pass bills. Okay, so if this bills folder is not created, then it will create a bills folder, and if it is already created, then this condition will not be true, so this code will not be executed again, and here it will be exists. Now let me run it again. Total and yeah, as soon as I ran the code, you will see here that the bills folder is created, right? Because this code is outside the function, right? And now once I'll click on the bill button and we'll click on yes, you can see the success message that 951 is saved successfully. So the message should be bill number 951 is saved successfully, right? Not just 951. So here I'll change the message that bill number and then the bill number is saved successfully, like that. Okay, and why I have again randomly generated a bill number, let me explain you that. So if I'm mentioning these products and generating a bill, right now there is no customer name and customer phone number, right? Do you want to save the bill? If I'm clicking yes, this bill will be saved successfully, right? But suppose there is some other user now, like for example Rohan. Okay, earlier it was Faizan, but now it's Rohan. Okay, and he wants the same products. I am going to total, so it will be the same values. If I am going to generate the bill, so this time you can see the bill is new. Okay, otherwise if I would not have added this line, then Rohan would also had the same bill number as Faizan. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. So we are done with the functionality of this bill button also. In the next video, we will work on the functionality of this email button, this print button, and this clear button. If you have any feedbacks or suggestions, let me know in the comment section. Thank you for watching.